My dear innovators, Aquarius, this is your horoscope for February 2024. And February, the month, you will start this month for the first time in the last 16 years with Pluto in your sign. And February in general, it's all about you, how you look, who you are at core, and your character, how other people's they think about you, how other people see you. And this will be actually colored, this kind of topic, your February. And I would like to remind you actually to also check your rising sign and moon sign too, because those signs are very important. Each of us have three signs: sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign, and they all play out different situations in our lives. So I really advise you to go and check your moon sign and rising sign to get the full picture of the month ahead. If you don't know your rising sign and moon sign, just go online. There's like a whole bunch of websites for free where you can draw your natal chart, put up there your time of birth, date of birth, place of birth, and there you go. You will have it. It will show your ascendant, that's your rising sign, and moon sign. Okay, let's begin February. 5th of February, Mercury, planet of communication, planet of signing contracts, will move into your first house, will enter your first house, making you more communicative than usual. And maybe even, making you write more, making you chat more, read more, because Mercury is all those things. This is our a little postman of the universe that delivers news, that delivers letters, chats, like emails. And it might be that you will be starting that career. Maybe you will be a journalist, and that day will be your first working day. That also might happen. Especially Mercury will find Pluto in your sign, in your first house. And their conjunction will happen for the first time in this place, in this sign, in your first house, in your sign, first time since 250 years. So that's how long Pluto takes to make a circle around the sun, to come back to the point where it was. That is roughly speaking. And Mercury finding Pluto will be in a bit of a shock. So Pluto is the planet of transformation. The key words are transformation and also big money. Pluto is the planet of big money, big masses of people, governmental structures. And also another key word is pressure. Pluto is the planet of pressure. It likes to give a bit of a pressure and dive deep into our emotions, into that area where it is in your first house, all about you. This house is all about you, and it will be here in your first house for the next 20 years, and you will be totally, transformed in the next 20 years. And Pluto and Mercury, meeting up here indicates that you might be thinking about your life on a much deeper note, much deeper level. Pluto brings your thoughts so deep that you might be all in your head actually, and feelings about emotions. Also, it might be that you will be thinking to change your look or style or haircut, let's say, something in your appearance. You might be also thinking, or maybe you want to get a plastic surgery to change something in your look, in your body. And here Pluto, because it's a planet of big masses of people, you are sign of humanitarian. You are very a world sign. You are always concerned about a whole world's future, whole world's fate and humanity's fate, and where we are going to. And Pluto coming here will make you actually the number one who will transform our lives and lives of whole masses of people and our planet. And Mercury and Pluto here, you will be thinking about actually maybe world problems a lot, world issues like climate change or food related problems, anything related to actually whole humanity's future. On 9th of February, there is a new moon in your sign, in your first house. This is a very big new moon. And new moons are always bring some new beginnings, and new moons, they are influential until like they last 2 weeks, so until the full moon. And this topic might come up, like will be at the table for the next 2 weeks, from 9th of February on, and that new moon will be met by harsh angle from Uranus, your ruler, planet of surprises, planet of innovation, planet of electricity. Some surprises are due in your family, most likely, because Uranus will be in your fourth house, house of family. Your family might be giving you surprises. After all, it's your birthday, my dear Aquarius. February, Aquarius says happy birthday. And this period, your family might be, preparing some surprises for you, or actually you might surprise your family and shock somehow with some kind of a news. It also maybe like you will change your haircut or totally your look, and that's how you will shock your family. But you know what, like with Uranus, you never know what might come up actually, because this is a planet of surprises. It also might be that you will, let's say, suddenly decide to or actually suddenly be pushed or have to immigrate somewhere, move somewhere else to live, like from one city to another, or even a country. Or if you're in the process of getting a citizenship, applying for citizenship, visa, all these foreign related documents and application, then there might be some unexpected news coming in. So there might be some news about that. Or if it's not in your life right now, then it might be about real estate, because fourth house is our house, our apartment where we live. So then news might be also coming up, and those news will be shocking and surprising. Let's say buying or selling options, or some documents related to your house or apartment. Like if you've been in this process of searching your apartment, something might come up as well, very unexpected. Or that you will have to change, let's say, something in your current apartment, like stove or some technical appliances, electrical appliances at home. You might need to change something around this new moon, and that will be the actually issue for you for the next 2 weeks after this new moon. If it's not about this, if everything works well, perfect, then maybe it's about your parents' life. It might be that fourth house is parents' life, mostly mother's life. Might be that she might tell you that she's something that actually will shock you. Like, for example, she's getting married, or will have a baby, or like you will have a new sibling, or let's say maybe she would want to start a business that will shock you too, that let's say you never knew that she had an interest in. Or if it's not about all these things, then it might be about your hubby or wifey or kids dropping some news. Very quite shocking and unexpected, because Uranus is that planet, your ruler. And whatever comes up at this new moon, you will have actually backup support from your intuition. Trust your guts, my dear Aquarius. And also universe will be helping you in whatever comes up in your life. And also, it might be good if you have some savings. That will help you a lot too during this new moon. And whole month, you have the support of Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is the planet of luck, planet of fortune, happiness from your fourth house, and Saturn, planet of taking responsibilities, planet of time, planet of discipline in your second house. So family will be keeping your energy resources on high note, and even financially, they might be helping you out with something. It also might be that actually your money and energy resources will be going to support your family and its needs, meet their needs. But then it might be actually a good feeling to do so. You will not be so, let's say, stressed of doing so. Vice versa, somehow you might be feeling, let's say, very helpful. On 13th of February, right before the Valentine's, Mars, planet of action, this is our motivation, this is our engine inside, our drive, will enter your first house, to your sign, my dear Aquarius. You are the actually heroes of this month, my dear Aquarius. And on 14th of February, the Love's Day, Mars will meet up with Pluto. It will make a conjunction, and Mars gives us this power to accomplish anything, gives us energy. And Mars here indicates that you might start doing new, let's say, sport or new activities some sort, and you will have the chance to finish that work that you've been, kept postponing, let's say, and putting to the back door. And when Mars is in our sign, it's an amazing feeling. You feel all the energy of the universe. You feel like doing things, and stop procrastinating, let's say. And meeting up with Pluto, Mars here might bring you a preview of what's to come in the next 20 years, because wherever Mars is in our chart, it activates that point, and at that point he will meet Pluto and might bring all the topics that Pluto is actually preparing for you for the next 20 years. As I said, Pluto will spend in your first house next 20 years, and completely changing you, transforming you, because first house is all about you. Like, it's all about me, myself, my character, how I look, what is my appearance, how people see me, all these topics. Who am I at core, and Pluto, it's the planet of big masses of people. You will have that chance to make a name for yourself in the next 20 years, my dear Aquarius. You are the heroes, actually, and last 15 years you've been busy getting ready while Pluto was in your 12th house, doing some things behind the closed doors, powering up your spirituality, psychological mind state, and your subconscious mind, making peace with your past, and you've been Pluto been preparing you for this, what's to come in the next 20 years. And if you work with Pluto, you will have that power in your hand to influence masses of people, because Pluto is the planet of a lot of people, like planet of big masses of people and big money as well. And it's the planet of authority, power. This is another keyword that is associated with Pluto. And meeting up with Mars, it really might show you a little trailer of your future. So stay tuned, my dear Aquarius, and please let me know of what happened around this date. It's also very interesting for me as your astrologer. Let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And when Pluto will be really activated in your first house, will be the time to release that old self, like snake sheds their outer layers that doesn't serve them and that are already small, because snake skin doesn't grow, so that's why they shed it. And for them, and it's not big enough. The same way Pluto was working in your 12th house, that you will be ready to when it will come in your first house, that you will be easily renewing yourself, transforming yourself into a new, powered, very strong self, because Pluto makes us stronger. You know how they say, what doesn't kill us, how it was, like that saying, what doesn't kill us, that makes us stronger, something that sort of, Pluto is all about that. And Pluto is the planet of big, everything associated big, and it's huge, and it likes to make us dive deep into ourselves, especially in the first house, because this house is very private and sensitive house. It's all about me, myself. And Pluto is here to restructure, it will make you to honestly evaluate and modernize, yourselves, and to face those, your, let's say, fears, your shadow self, so that you will work with it. You will make an agreement with it, and you will move on being very strong, confident, and self-built. It might make you, stronger. With Mars, you might feel the urge to do something and to go somewhere. And that something might be for as long as 20 years actually. Mars is being planet of action. It might give you that push of starting something, and that some activity that you will take up on will last for 20 years. No matter, maybe it's an industry, let's say maybe it's a dancing or some sort of sport or new business, or first house is very sensitive house. So whatever comes to your mind, it might push you to take steps on that, and that will last. Pluto will make sure that you will take responsibilities and work with it. But this is all about 14th of February. This falling is, the days that it falls is 14th of February, so not so romantic day, let's say. But other two planets will be working in your favor, my dear Aquarius, to make this date actually as sweet as possible for you, if you will be celebrating your love with your sweetheart and with your partner. And those two planets are Venus, of course, planet of love, planet of beauty, that will be situated in your 12th house. And another planet is Neptune, is the planet of magic, is the planet of imagination. Everything that we imagine and our inspiration is all falls under Neptune. And Neptune will be situated in your second house, money house, and those two planets will be making beautiful contact with each other. So here on this date, Valentine's Day, you might be, you might receive something that you actually like secretly desired, like a present, a gift, or it also might be that you have you actually have a chance to win lottery. If you've been around this day playing lottery, like a jackpot, or in some casinos, this might also happen, because 12th house is the behind the doors house. We can't explain what is happening there, and second house is the house of money. So stay tuned and let me know what happened on your Valentine's Day too. Okay, let's move to 16th of February, when Venus, planet of love, planet of beauty and money, will enter your first house, your sign. Now it's a big day. We all love when Venus is in our sign, because we feel like shining stars. We feel like attractive, beautiful. We are in love with ourselves. We are in love with life, and everyone else are attracted to us. And we have the power to convince. Venus gives us this power to convince anyone to do anything when Venus is in our sign. And so cheers up for that. And on 16th of February, Venus will come to your sign, and actually you are one of the two signs, lucky signs of this year, that will host Venus in their signs. And this will happen now, and by the end of the year, in December, you will be feeling these vibrations of being amazing, being irresistible, like a magnet, like a star. And Venus will be meeting up with Pluto on 17th of February in your sign. All the planets coming to your sign, they will be meeting up with Pluto from now on for the next 20 years. But here, this is much more fresh energy to be felt, and you get, it might be that you will get some notes of deeper level of feelings and emotions. You might feel that you are connected through centuries with your for example, partner, or with your sweetheart, your hubby, your wifey, or long-term partner. Like you will feel that love so deep in your heart, and that your connection is so strong and never ending. You might have this kind of feeling because Pluto is actually the planet that, as I said, pushes us to really go down in our feelings, very deep, and you might also have a feeling of self, like how you feel about your feelings and who you are at core. You might be trusting the universe, actually seeing yourself honestly for the first time. evaluating yourself, your character. On 22nd of February, Venus will meet Mars. And Venus and Mars, this is a couple of universe. They are lovers. And this is a big event in astrology. And they will meet in your first house. That's an awesome conjunction. That happens only once per year. Their meeting is once per year. You know, those two planets are always on some assignments from the universe, like going around in different signs, and they can't meet each other so often, and it just happens once per year. And this year it will happen in your sign, my dear Aquarius, in your first house. They might give you, you know, a sense of self-sufficiency, like you are enough for yourself. They might give you this feeling. They might give you the feeling of satisfaction. And their conjunction actually will be opposed by Moon from your 7th house. And Moon is all about our feelings, all about our reactions, subconscious mind. And also Mars and Venus meet up. Jupiter will not like that. Planet of luck and surprises. Planet of big surprises, positive surprises, big gifts, happiness in your 4th house. So now this kind of transits happening on the skies might indicate that you might have some situation coming up in your family, like for example, there might be different situations, but as an example, it might be that your partner, like your better half, like your husband or wife, might have a disagreement with your parents or someone at home, like your siblings or aunt or uncle, over some matter. If it's not about that, it might be about real estate, about your house, about where you live, or apartment, if you live in an apartment. Might be that your, for example, contract on house or real estate might need some corrections to make, or to rewrite it completely, or even to drop it, let's say. If you've been in the process of buying, let's say, or selling, you might just decide not to sell it or not to buy it for some sort of reasons. If it's not about your real estate, then also it might involve documents on visa or citizenship, like immigration documents. Might be needed, you know, to reissue, let's say, or to get some corrections there too, or more kind of applications will be needed. You will have, if you have a family business, let's say, then it might be that it will need your attention, and some different also, you know, opinions might be on the way of the business, how it is handled, how it should be, or about some clients, let's say, between your family. I mean, within your family, some sort of kind of different opinions might happen. Or it also suggests that if you are, for example, in the midst of arrangement of your wedding ceremony this year, then there might be that your family will have a, let's say, of one choice, and your husband to be or wife to be will have another choice over something, like maybe it's a venue or colors or type of flowers or even a guest list or even a wedding dress or some things that they might have different also kind of choices, preferences. Or maybe your partner will be too busy at work to spare some time for those preparations. That will make you a little bit frustrated as well. 19th of February, the light of our universe, giver of life, sun, will enter your 2nd house, actually illuminating your financial situation, your earning house, your money house. Maybe it will be salary or commission or a service fee coming in. And February will be closing up with full moon on 24th of February in your 8th house. And full moon will be amazingly, beautifully supported by Jupiter, planet of luck and happiness. And full moons are all about, they bring some information. They bring some last kind of a sentence. They shed light on some situation that was already there unfolding, or they bring some conclusions, some closures. And appearing in your 8th house, it might be related that something might come to light, like maybe you will close the loan, for example, in a bank for your house, like house loan or apartment loan. or any type of real estate loan. Let's say you might be giving back some money that you owe, or it might be about your family. They will be helping you out to close that loan, or providing you with, let's say, your university tuition if you are a student, to be, and you're a student, let's say, or news about, let's say, scholarship might come up from those institutions, from those universities, if you are just entering a university, or it might, and you applied for a scholarship, then at this full moon you will get that news. Or it might be about your tax return. It also might be that you will get help of your mother in, let's say, inheritance situation. If you like, how to say, in the process of rewriting a ownership document for some kind of a real estate or land or anything else, then at this full moon it will be all resolved, like changing the ownership. Or if it's all these topics does not resonate with you, then it might be about your psychological therapy, that you will finish it. For example, you will get some information. If you've been going through therapy, then it might be final one. Or if you were planning to do so, then you might get some information about an appointment that you were trying to get and that you've been waiting for. Or if it's not about that, then your, let's say, partner, long-term partner or spouse, was, let's say, if he was or she was waiting for a news about his project or her project or job that your spouse applied for, then this full moon will bring, that news, and that news will be positive one. And this full moon will make sure that that news will be much positive and you will be very happy. Now, this was your February horoscope, and I wish you the best February. Bye bye, my dear Aquarius.